today. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taking in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This defense for the Broncos, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 13 carries, 55 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 55 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The Broncos hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Chris Jones on the stop.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson flushed out right, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, first and 10.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Wilson now to throw on third down.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. On first down, Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
On first and 10, it's Wilson.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
On second down, Williams. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, Wilson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. Out to the right here to Shepard.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. They go play action. Now Mahomes going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Throwing is Mahomes on third.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Nothing after one on EA Sports. The Chiefs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now here's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Forced out to his left.
They'll get that complete to Albert O.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now Wilson on first down. Flush to his right.
This will be caught. Judy.
Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
He'll get this underneath to Edmonds.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. To throw again on 2nd down, Mahomes. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. And
they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Mahomes going to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. From midfield, here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On the option, it'll be Wilson. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Russell Wilson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have moved out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll set up a throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 36. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
That was simply snap, rock, and fire. I mean, they didn't take long at all. Slant route, and I loved where he put it. He put on the body of the receiver low so that only he can catch it.
Yeah, I don't think there was any magical formula there. Defensively, that's just tough to defend.
Very much so. And that way it allows the receiver to keep his body in front of the defender and not allow him to go through him to knock the ball away.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now it's Mahomes again. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have regained the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson will throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The kick by McManus is good. And that's going to tie us at 13. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Back to the ground on 1st down, Edmonds. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wilson. Steps away. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And able to work his way down to the 16. Draw play, Edmonds. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. It's a pickup of 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now it's Wilson. Touchdown! From 8 yards out. And the Broncos have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that was good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
McManus's point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. On the counter, here's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal.
We welcome you back to the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles.